Yo, what's up everyone, OOfro here, and today we are going to be getting coached by one of the best players in the world. In this video, I'm going to be telling you guys all the tips and tricks I've learned, and this is how you go from an average player or an above average player to a pro player. I really hope you guys are going to enjoy this video. If you guys do, make sure you guys leave a like. Leaving a like always really helps out the channel. It lets me know you guys enjoy the content and you want to see more of it. And also, while you're down there, if you guys could subscribe, that'd be awesome. And without any further delay, let's hop right into it. So currently we are at 7,000 trophies. We're about top 2,000 in the world global. And our coach today is Officer Ramzies. If you guys do not know who he is a very good player at the game. He's gotten first in the world multiple times, and he was kind enough to actually help me out and kind of point out stuff I was doing wrong. And even if you guys don't use the same deck as me, the tips and tricks in this video will definitely help you and improve you as a player. So let's hop right into it. The deck I am using for this video is this deck here. It's the deck I showed in my previous videos, and it's the deck I'm one tricking this season. Royal Giant Skeleton King. It's a very good deck. So the first example or the first tip and trick I want to show you guys is actually this. So I'm playing against P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam. This is such a popular deck on ladder. I'm sure everyone has played against it at least once in their Clash career. And you guys can see I do a very simple play. I go for an RG. I know he's going to P.E.K.K.A, so I play a Fisherman. Obviously trying to predict the P.E.K.K.A, but what my opponent does is actually just wait. This is the perfect counter to this play, and you guys will see the Fisherman kind of walks closer and then he plays the P.E.K.K.A. It means I lose my Royal Giant and my Fisherman, and I have to deal with a P.E.K.K.A. Now before I would just be like, that's unfortunate, I messed up my prediction. He was obviously expecting it, so he kind of predicted me, but this is where it gets crazy. My coach, he says, okay, that play is good, I see what you're trying to do, but if he predicts your Fisherman and he just waits, what you should do is scar me at the bridge. Now this is one of those things that seem so obvious, but until he pointed it out, I've never thought of this. And it's just one of those things that like kind of makes you go, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So I implemented this into another game. Again, I'm up against P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam. I play my RG, I play my Fisherman. He obviously predicts it, but this time I go with a scar me at the bridge, and the results is night and day. Not only do I take out his P.E.K.K.A, not only does my RG get more shots on his tower, it's actually the reason we ended up winning that entire game. And it's just crazy how at this high level, I'm making predictions, my opponent is predicting my predictions, and to win this game, I predicted my opponent's predicted my prediction. Yeah, if your head isn't exploding, it should be. That's how insane these plays get, but that isn't it. There is obviously more. So on to the next tip, and this one I want to actually do something a bit interactive with you guys. I'm going to give you guys a scenario, and I want you guys to just take a second, think about what you would do in the scenario, and then obviously afterwards, I'm going to tell you what the coach told me. So here we go. You have just gotten into a game. This is your starting hand. You have Royal Giant, Fisherman, Mother Witch, Fireball. Your next card is Zappies, and you have no idea what your opponent is playing. What do you do? Take a second, pause the video if you want to, but I am going to tell you. The answer is you do nothing. Maybe you got that right, maybe you got it wrong, but now we're going to change the scenario slightly. Your opponent now plays a Royal Ghost at the back. What do you do? Again, if you want to take a second to think about it, pause the video, you can, but I am going to tell you the answer, and it is you play a Fisherman. Once again, a little interactive thing. Where do you play the Fisherman? If you set anywhere except the middle of the arena, you were wrong. And again, I'm going to go into this and explain everything and why. So first play of the game, you had this starting hand. It's a horrendous starting hand. This is the worst starting hand you can get. And like I said, you do nothing. The reason why you do nothing is because you can't really Royal Giant first play. That's just bad. They'll get a big counter push and they will punish you. You don't want to cycle a Mother Witch at the back. If they're waiting, they could be Graveyard or Splash Yard or something Graveyard related. If you cycle a Mother Witch at the back, they are going to Graveyard other lane, and guess what? You will lose your entire tower. You can't Fireball a tower first play of the game. That's just horrendously bad. You're down 4 elixir. So that really only leaves you the Fisherman. Now the Fisherman, obviously it pulls in troops towards it. So why do we play it in the middle of the arena? Because if you play it at the back or behind one of your princess towers, if they are Electro Giant, P.E.K.K.A, Giant Skeleton, they will play it and punish you. They will take your entire tower just like that. And guess what? You lost because you had a bad starting hand. hand. So playing it middle of the arena is the best play here. And after I've explained all that, you might think to yourself, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. OOfro, that's really obvious. But the thing that separates an above average player or an average player is sometimes very obvious mistakes. And that's kind of like a big tip that this coach helped me realize, is you guys have to learn the basics of the game before you learn the more advanced stuff. You have to learn to walk before you can run, and honestly the best play sometimes is the most simple play. You don't have to get fancy, you don't have to do like 5 backflips or something, you just have to know the basics of the game and then build on the basics. But onto another tip here, and this one is actually a very important one, and that is to analyze your gameplay. Now what do I mean by analyze your gameplay? I mean go into the replay feature and watch yourself play. It doesn't have to be losses only, it can be wins as well. If you won a game against a hard matchup, what did you do well? How did you beat that hard matchup? If you lost a game against a deck you should be winning, why are you losing that game? What did you do wrong? Where did you mess up? Why did you play like that? There's no shortcut to being a pro, but if you guys implement everything I just told you in this video, this stuff will definitely help you out. Honestly, I thought I played the game pretty well, like above average, but it wasn't until Officer Ramzies started pointing out stuff I did wrong that I realized that, yeah, I've been playing a bit inoptimally and there's definitely stuff I can do better. Clash Royale, the skill ceiling is super high, so if you think you've reached the top, that's when you need to work extra hard. But yo, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Something a bit different. Hopefully these tips and tricks helped you in some way. If you guys did enjoy this video though, make sure you guys leave a like, of course subscribe if you have not already. Thank you again to Officer Ramzies. I'm going to leave his links in the description. And yo, as always, make sure you guys take care, brush your hair, and peace out. Woo!